Hello friends, Jennifer Pearson here, Thistle Gypsy, back with the tarot of the cat people. I almost called it Cosmic Cats because this artist has a book out, well, had a book out eons ago called Cosmic Cats. That was this work. Not necessarily what's on the tarot cards, but the same images, same outer regions people, same fantasy realm. But today on this video, I'm going to do a deck interview, and this is one in which I select the cards. So this is part of my way of getting to know this deck, because I'm not ready to do a pull that has just found something on my table. It's like, how can that be? I'm going to put something on it. Where I'm pulling cards and interpreting them. So I'm not ready for that with this deck. This will be, as I put in my review, kind of a steady deck for me for a while until I figure out exactly why I was so attracted to it. As I was doing this, pulling these cards out, it occurred to me that this might be an ancestors deck, kind of an ancestors and guides deck for me instead of a tarot deck. I was getting that feeling, that vibe. So very, very interesting. But let's do this. So there's a whole list of things as I go through, and what I did was I went through the deck and I picked a card to match this category. So the first category is a card that looks like you. And this strikes me, not necessarily in physical appearance, although somewhat. It's a woman. She has kind of a long nose. But I'm not nearly that lean. At one time I had that much hair, but I don't anymore. But this scene is very much me. Sitting, reading with a lamp nearby. If it was a bed, it would be even better. Feet up. Cats around, cats laying around. That whole scene is very me. Soul cards. The person feeding the strays. I just have to admit it. This is part of my soul card. That's got to be one of them. I mean, really, this is very much my soul card also. I'm resisting the feeding of strays, the taking of responsibility for things that aren't my responsibility. I'm trying to let that go. But it's been there, and it's very much, I can't deny it. I kind of want to, but I can't deny it. You know, some people might consider claiming this card as complimentary, and maybe it is if you have lots of money and you can be really generous. For me, it's more of a flaw in my character. It's like I shouldn't have 4 dogs. Something's wrong here. Anyway, and then the other soul card is this one, definitely another page. Kind of a solitary, dreamy. I've spent many times, not with a cat. Oh, I'm yawning behind this card. I'm yawning. It's the middle of the day, but I've had a busier than normal past 9 days, and I'm feeling it. So yes, this is very me, and I've had these moments a lot out. You know, we'd hike to a certain location and then just sit for a little while, absorbing the energy of the place. That's a soul card for me. So they also have, number 3 is dream, what represents a dream home. And that's a tough one, because this deck does not depict, it might depict like a wall in back of the person, but it doesn't depict environments for the most part, and certainly no homes. So I picked this. Again, you've got the cats there. She's relaxed on her throne. Kind of, I think of those as maybe paintings on the wall or something. So I guess my idea of home is where I'm the queen and I'm at rest. And maybe there's a cat on my lap. Okay, divine masculine. Oh. And this could also be a homey card also, but divine masculine. So to me, this kind of gentle character who loves affection, the affection of the cats or whomever, and responds to it and encourages it, that would be part of my divine masculine, definitely. You might say someone who is a protector, but also an emotional being, capable of emotional response. So I think I have 3 cards for the divine masculine. So this is a divine masculine also, the notion of sacrifice, or the willingness to look at things from a different perspective, both of those things. And the last one is the more aggressive divine masculine form here. And I just think of this as really not that much aggressive. It's very proactive and active and energetic. And perhaps courageous, wanting to more even wanting to be perceived in this way, wanting to be perceived as heroic is part of the divine masculine. I wouldn't call that a divine masculine gift. I would maybe say that might be a divine masculine quandary. Something that men have to deal with, but is in there. Doesn't always work for them, but anyway. Alright, scary. Whoops. Divine feminine. I chose this. I like her playfulness here. So this makes me realize that that playful aspect is part of divine feminine to me, because even there's another card I chose also for divine feminine, and that is the world card. And I just love the freedom and her dance. You know, I'm not even a dancer, but I just love the playfulness, the feeling of happiness and freedom. Beautiful card. So that would be part of my divine feminine. Scary. Yeah, they did a good job on this one. He's a freaky dude. I wouldn't care to meet him in an alley. Friends. I had a number of friends. Almost always the fool is my friend. I could be friends with this young man. I have another friend. I'm befriending this person. This person strikes me as representing friends I have these days. This strikes me as representing many of the friends I have these days. The people who are my friends. The Aquarius card, the Temperance card. To me, this is almost more, this is more star cardish to me in this deck. But anyway, this card makes me think of the friends I have now. Crush. I managed to find 2 crushes. Who would I possibly have a crush on? A musician. Now, I wouldn't likely have a crush on a rock star type musician, but like an acoustic musician I could have a crush on. And he's an attractive one, so why not? And then, for some reason, I don't know what this guy is, but I could have a crush on this guy as well. Maybe because he seems to be a dreamer. He looks both very capable. He looks to be both capable and a dreamer, and that's appealing to me. Who would I want to help? Never too surprising. You know, one of the cards that depicts some sort of victimization or sadness. I would want to help this one, and this strikes me as being the one who's most, in this particular deck, is being the most victimized or downtrodden. And then guides. So here's where I got into an interesting situation. Oh, whoops. Okay, and then there's one I wasn't sure of. So I chose, she might have been, I may have just pulled her out of the deck for Divine Feminine, but then as I was sifting through all the ones I'd plucked from the deck to put them with the different categories, I decided to make her a guide, especially since she seems to be leading the way somewhere. I like her as a guide. And this Knight of Wands, I like him as a guide too. You can see he's ready to travel, or has been traveling, one or the other. And I like that. He's even traveling in style. So I could see using him as a guide in the sense of, at this stage in my life, just sitting down at the campfire with him and asking him to tell tales, or what he's seen, or what's going on. And then a funny card, and it's interesting to me that within a card full of cats, and my cats, my Mystical Cats Tarot has lots of that are amusing cards, at least to me. But in this one, this is the only amusing card to me that I could really find that was immediately, oh yes, that's amusing. So this is the rejuvenation and the silly cat face there. And the webcam won't, but you can see that's a silly cat face. So that's amusing. So, but I came up with another one. And then one card that I'm not sure why I pulled it. But this is, I see this as where I'm headed. Like, this is my developmental path. This is where I'm headed. I don't even know what that means. Maybe this is, I think this is supposed to be a man that's here, but I see this as, you know, this is my cronehood. This is where I'm going. This is what I'm becoming, I guess you would say. This is what I'm becoming. And I don't necessarily have any positive or negative feelings. I just looked at that card and I thought, well, it should be in here somewhere. And I thought, well, this is a card of what I'm becoming. This is what I'm becoming. And then I had pulled this card out, and I don't know why. I don't know if she was supposed to be a guide. I don't know. She could be a guide. She could be an aspect of the Divine Feminine, and the more aggressive aspect of the Divine Feminine. She could be a friend, but I think not a friend. I think maybe a guide. Maybe it's even a soul card. Maybe this is the part of myself that I bring out when my animals are misbehaving. Oh goodness. Anyway, so that's it. That's a deck interview, a way of getting to know the Tarot of the Cat People, which again, as I was looking at it, I thought, you know, I think this is an ancestor deck. It's an ancestor and guides deck for me, which I mean, I kind of have that. I kind of treat the Shaman Oracle as a guides deck. Not really an Ancestors deck, but as a guides deck. But I don't know. This might be another one. I don't think there's any other ones that I really treat in that way. Alrighty. There it is. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.